What's up guys, it's Michael here. In this video, we're going to talk about what are benefits between an employee and an owner. So I want to break it down is, at the end, it depends on the lifestyle you want to choose. So look at between the two, which one you consider will be more beneficial. At the end, it really is dependent on what you want to do in the future. Do you want to be someone that works under someone? Point around all the time, telling them what to do? Or you want to be the person you'd be telling other people what to do? You can make your own decisions. You can give you flexibility and options when you want to call it quits. Some people say it's really difficult, and some people say being an owner, it's all this, you got to deal with all of this. Yes, that is true. You have to take responsibility. That's how it works. If you don't want to take the responsibility, you can always put it on, becoming an employee. There's nothing wrong with that. But depending at the end, what you want to choose in the future. Do you want to reach the threshold where you don't have to worry about income? It's not a factor anymore, to the point that you said, hey, if you want to purchase an item or you want to purchase an object, or you need to help your family with insurance, of your medical care or emergency, you have the money. Money is not the option. So if you want to go that case, then you have to understand that being an employee, it's a really low chance that just in case emergency happens one day, you will not be able to have that option. As for becoming an owner, you have more options, an option that exceeds most people's imagination, that most people cannot see. So let's break it down. Let's start with the employee. Because employee, this is like majority of the population. Not everyone's, required or fit to become a business owner or entrepreneur or CEO of a company. It's really stressful. And it's based on today on how schools teach financial education. That is basically a possibility that's very little to none, because a lot of people don't know where to start. They don't know what to do. They don't even know what's the benefits of it until they watch this video and smash the like button down below, including the subscribe button. But what you have to understand is people who take this risk, it's a really low chance you will succeed. But at the same time, when you do, you are set for life. So breaking down as employer, of course, you go to school, your parents tell you what to do, majority of them, only a few exceptions like, mine and a few of my friends. So you go to school, get your college degree. Yeah, you got to understand when you get your college degree, you got to look at what type of degree you're going in for too. So you got to find, if you got to go for a degree, you got to find the one you like. You got to find the one that can sustain you. So you got to understand who you are working for. Basically, you break it down to this. So once you get your job, based on whatever you pay, you got to work your way up the corporate ladder, depending, what type of degree you get. For example, let's say you want to be a doctor. In a way, there is kind of a ladder you have to climb, not too much. The only ladder you have to climb is the schooling system, which they limited amount of seats. And the reason why is pretty simple, and most people don't understand. It's, of course, money. Why do doctors in America make way more than other countries? Simple as that. The limited amount of seats that's there, so the amount of people can get hired is very limited. So if you chop the amount of supply, and the demand will go up, so the prices for doctors get paid more. Simple as that. Hate to break it to you, when they complain there's no doctors, you look at the schooling system. Why don't they, have more seats? That's how it works. Sorry. No doctors during pandemic. Hey, there's only so much doctors are in seats available. They could get more, but money talks at the end. And as for other employees, you work as, it's a really low skill worker, say working at Home Depot, right? Moving supply, you're easily to be replaced as a specific type of skill, sadly, because you're providing a service that the majority of people can do. So that's a bad part of employee. You can be easily replaced based on the skill level you take. But there's also quite a lot of benefits in being an employee too. Of course, you don't have to take on a much hassle of work. And number two is the skill that you obtain is really basically paid for you. Meaning as when you go to school, they basically show you kind of like the basics around, until you get into reality, like where you start working. It's like, oh, now wait, this is how the economy works. Wait, you have to take care of expenses and stuff. And, hey, at least you have like a general understanding, right? And it's not all, negatives of being an employee. There's more benefits to it too. Meaning is one day you don't want to deal with the crap anymore. You don't want to be basically being paid or working the specific time and hour. You can always go the other route, becoming an employer. You be employing people. You are becoming the owner. So as an employee, you have the skill, you get the knowledge, and most importantly, you got to be smashing the like button down below and understanding how the economics work. How do businesses work? If you have the skill for your whatever type of skill set you got from school and you want to go that route, You make sure you choose the skill set. It gives you the opportunity to basically become an owner and employer. So going down to that route, becoming an owner or employer. So let's say you are a construction worker. You can be even an artist, and you don't want to work for another company because you don't like the boss, you don't like the pay, you don't like the time it works, you don't like the hours you put in, and people don't really give a crap about you because it's really competitive in nature, including like CPAs and accountants. It's really competitive. So you start your own. So what do you need? What's the benefits? Of course, let's look at the negatives first. The negatives, the number one thing that most people are just so afraid of is responsibility. Because when you become a business owner, you have a lot of liabilities you have to be accounted for. Meaning your screw ups, you cannot blame anyone else except for yourself because you are the owner. So you have to take responsibility. And next, you have to regulate your expenses, meaning how much money will come in, how much money that goes out, and what's the net gain at the end. Another thing you got to keep in mind for is deductions. You have to understand how the rules and regulations work for your specific skill set. So let's say you are a painter. You have more freedom to pick or choose. And it's not that many rules, little doors you have to unlock or little walls you have to climb over to, acquire what type of skill set, start their own business for painting. It's pretty broad in general, but which you can break it down and become more niche. So that's a good thing. And construction worker, same with construction worker. There's a broad level construction worker, like a general contractor, all the way down to like really specifics, like an engineer, like an electrician. Electrician, you have to get licensed. Basically, that's like the type of wall I'm talking about. If there's a wall that requires a specific type of license to be registered as a business, then you have to climb that. And overall, it's not too difficult to climb that, but when you climb that, you have another, barrier to entry before other people can come in and compete with you, which is a good thing. And also, when you become an owner, you got to understand what type of value you try to provide for the people. Of course, you got to understand, first is the cost. So how much people are willing to pay for your goods and services. So as an electrician, what makes you so special compared to every other electrician based on whatever they charge? And number two, what you got to understand is what type of market. Are you trying to go for low paying clients, meaning that people want to pay as cheap as possible and whatever job, get it done? Or you want to get for the high paying clients or even mid tier, the ones that are looking for quality, but are willing to pay the premium that you charge them. So you want to get those people at the end eventually, because those people are the ones that take care of you, because those are the ones that understand business. The cheaper ones, you have to do them in the beginning. You have to deal with those type of people. It's basically, in a way, matchmaking in a way. You got to deal with different types of people. And once you find the ones you like, you can basically boot off your lower clients. And with the better paying clients, you pick them. That's the great thing of becoming an owner. You can pick and choose the people who want to pay you at the end. Moving on, as an owner, you can also hire employees, meaning that you don't always have to do the work yourself. So still do all the work yourself. In the beginning, you have to. Like I said, in general, 1 to 3 years, you have to do the majority of the work yourself. But if you have someone out to help you, or eventually you get to the point you're so successful, you can hire other people to do the dirty work for you, the work you don't want to do. It takes the most time, and you do the more complicated work. That's another great thing. And one thing that I also need to mention is why business owners are so wealthy is because of how the tax code is written. Meaning that the amount of itemized deductions you can take, amount of tax breaks you can take is unbelievable. It's so much that they're not even willing to teach in school, because if they realize if majority of people as owners, business owners, or becoming business owners, figure out there's like stuff like this you can actually write off, honestly, the American government will be broke. And that'll be featured in another video, because it's astonishing how many things you can write off, to the point that you can almost basically buy anything and basically get it for free and not pay any taxes for it. Basically little to no taxes. It's that insane. And there's a reason why no one wants to teach it except for, financial YouTubers such as me and other big YouTubers. But in school, they don't want to teach it to you because, first of all, teachers don't know. Second one, they did know. It doesn't matter because the tax code always changes by every administration. So at the end, you look it down between employer and employee. You want to figure out what you want to do. So if you're going to go the employee route, there's nothing wrong with that. Just make sure that you have a back door to escape. So just in case of one day you feel trapped, you can't deal with the crap anymore, then you have the other route to become the employer, the owner. So at the end, just pick or choose your poison at the end. So please like, share, and subscribe. I'll see you next time on my channel. And I hope that you guys understand the difference between the two and make better decisions in the future. Besides for watching this video and helping me out by smashing the like button, it's also to help yourself. is to understand you have options. You are not trapped in one corner. So I'll see you next time on my channel. Peace.